This is Cletus Wheelwhacker. I'm a real good friend of Mr. Carl, that's right. And he's going to teach you a little bit about piano today. That's right, and you better be real good to him, because he's a good buddy of mine. And we always watch after our own kind, if you know what I mean. He's going to teach you a song from about that Beethoven feller. You know who I'm talking about? You know who? Na 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 na. Something to do with Odin or something. We're joyful, I don't know. I've been out fishing for Mr. Carl because he said he'd like some fish. And I've got a whopper. But I wanted to keep it because it was a good one. And I didn't want to give it to him. You know he's a good buddy of mine. You better be real good to him, that's right. Would you like to say I just got back from the taxidermy office, that's right. And I stuffed him really good and I put him on a plate. Here he is right here. Ain't he a beauty? I love his face.
Hey, but could you let me know if you see that cat around here again?
Hey, you ready to learn some piano? Good, alright. Oh, I wanted to apologize for that Cletus Wheelwhacker. He's a good guy, but he's a little strange. Yeah, he is. Whew. Smell like fish in here. Ooh, that boy needs to take a bath. Yes, he does. Well, let's talk about what we're going to learn about today. We are going to learn all about, well, first of all, let's do a little review. We're going to review the notes on the staff for treble and bass. That's the right hand and the left hand. We're going to review the treble clef, and we're going to talk about the time signature. We're going to learn about C position, la-ti-da-da. We're going to learn about detached style playing, and we're going to learn some vocabulary words like interval. And we're going to talk, our first interval is going to be a second, more specifically a melodic second. That's what we're going to refer to today, which are steps on the staff. We're going to talk about, and there are two kinds of seconds. There are major second and minor second, and how that their seconds are always one finger away. We're also going to learn a beautiful song, the theme from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. A lot of people know it as a hymn song called Ode to Joy, and we're going to play that with both hands, the right hand and the left hand. Wonderful. And it is a beautiful song. It's written entirely of seconds, which is the interval that we're discussing today. What's interesting about Mr. Beethoven is, of course, he's a very famous composer, and around the classical era and actually a lot of musicologists think that Mr. Beethoven actually bridged the gap between the classical time and the romantic. So his earlier writings are more in the classical style, and his later writings are more the romantic style. And if we'll have a chart so you can kind of see the time periods and all that wonderful stuff. And if you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and print out the music for Ode to Joy for the right hand and the left hand, and do that now and then continue, okay? Alright, so now you have printed it out and you're looking at it. And we're going to play it with both hands. Oh, also some more interesting facts about this particular song. You can tell that it's all seconds, that it's all stepwise on the staff. It took Mr. Beethoven around 4 years to write the Ninth Symphony, that particular symphony. That's a long time to write a symphony. But and he was totally deaf when he wrote it, which was amazing that he could write that kind of music. He got paid equivalent to our money about $20. 20 bucks for writing 4 years. Not very cost effective, but my, what beautiful music. So, alright, well, let's get started. But first, before we get going, I guess we need to review just a little bit, don't we? That would probably be a good thing to do. So let's review. Let's start out with the notes on the right hand, the treble clef. You ready? And here are my notes. This is my staff. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course, that bottoms up. It's always bottoms up. Always bottoms up. Every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine or fantastical. Alright, and this is for treble clef, the right hand. I'm going to point to a line. You tell me what it is. You ready? Here we go. Every good, excellent. Boy, excellent. Does, very good. Fine. Very good. All right. Let's mix it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Boy. Good. Every. Very good. Does. Excellent. Boy. F. Fine. Very good. Now, let's do the spaces. You ready? Now, if you notice, in between the 5 lines, there are 4 spaces. This is space 1, bottoms up. You always start at the bottom. F, A, C, E, and it spells, yeah, it spells face. F, A, C, and silent E. I'll point to the spaces. You tell me what they are. You ready? Here we go. A, good. E, excellent. F, very good. A, C, very good. F, A, C, E, face. Let's mix it up. Lines and spaces. You ready? Here we go. Boy. F, good. D, E, every. E, boy. G, A, C, very good. F, excellent. Remember, this is treble clef, right hand. Very good. Why don't we go ahead and review the notes of the left hand? Remember, this is for the left hand, so it's going to be bass clef, and it's a little bit different. So it's good, boys, do, fine, always. G, B, D, F, and A. Good boys, do, fine, always. All right, I'll point. You tell me what they are. You ready? Here we go. Boy, good. Does. Good, excellent. Fine. Always. Very good. All right. Then spaces, not face, but A for all. Cows. Eat. Granola. No. Grass. All cows eat grass. All right. I'll point. You tell me what they are. You ready? That's right. E. Very good. A. Grass. E, A, C. Very good. Let's mix it up. You ready? Woo. Lines and spaces. Good boys do fine always. All cows eat grass. Here we go. You ready? D. Very good. Boy. Excellent. G. Grass. Good. F. Good boys do. F. Excellent. E. A. G, very good. F, B, A, G, very good. Excellent. Good boys do fine always. All cows eat grass. That's for the left hand. Very good. Okay, now, so we've reviewed the right hand, treble clef. Every good boy does fine. F-A-C-E. We reviewed the left hand, bass clef. Good boys do fine always. All cows eat grass. Now, and you've printed out Ode to Joy, and you're looking at it. And why don't we, I'll get my little copy. Now, I wrote mine out. And here it is. And you're not going to be able to see it very well, but that's okay. I'll point to it, and you point to yours. And you'll notice that on yours, you've got a little squiggly thing at the beginning. That's a treble clef. You see that? At the very beginning of the piece. And then right next to it you have a 4/4, and that's called the time signature. And it means that the top number tells you how many beats is what it means, and it tells you there are 4 quarter note heartbeats in every measure. Now let's go through and let's look at the rhythms. Put your finger on the first rhythm, first measure. First one, there we go. That's not a whole, not a half, but a quarter note, and we call that ta. One sound, one beat. Now, go over 1, 2, 3 more measures, and the last note is it's open stem, or open note head with a stem. And it's not a whole pie, but a half a pie, so that's a half note. And it has one sound, to, and 2 beats. To. So let's start at the beginning of the piece. We're going to feel that's right, the beat, and we're going to say that's right, the rhythm. Very good. Let's try it. Ready? Beat, beat, let's say the rhythm. Ta, 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 two. Very good. Now we just said the rhythm for the first, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. And that particular 4 measures, when you play that, is a phrase. P-H-R-A-S-E. That's a phrase. And in music, that's simply a place where the music breathes symbolically, or I guess that could be literally if you're actually singing. But it's a place where the music breathes. It's kind of an incomplete idea, maybe a pause a little bit. And so that's the first phrase. And then if you continue, you have another phrase. So this little melody or theme basically has 2 phrases, or 1 period, P-E-R-I-O-D, and a period is basically an 8-bar theme or idea. And so we have said the rhythm for the first phrase. Guess what? The second phrase is exactly the same. It's not any different. Now, let's look at the notes. This is for the right hand treble clef, and let's start at the beginning. It's every E, E, and then first bass F, then every good G, then G, then F, then E, then D, then C, C, D, E, E, D, D. That's the first phrase. Now let's continue with the next phrase. It starts on, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th measure. Here we go. Starts on E, 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 F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C. Very good. All right, so we have looked at the staff, we've looked at treble clef, we've discussed the time signature, which tells you there are 4 quarter note beats in every measure. We've talked about quarter note, that this particular phrase is made up of, or phrases are made up of quarter notes and half notes, but quarter notes and just a couple of half notes. We've talked about phrases, which are 4 measure, not necessarily 4 measure, but they are a place where the music breathes, and or maybe an incomplete idea. And we've gone over the notes. So now let's look at the piano. You ready? Good, let's do it. Okay, here's our piano. And I have my hands in something called C position. So that means your thumb is on middle C, which is cat. And this is my right hand. Every note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, every finger lays on a white key just like that, kind of a loose fitting ball. That's my right hand. And then my left hand, instead of my thumb being on the cat or C, my pinky is on the C. And all 5 fingers fit on each note, C, D, E, F, and G, and then my right hand, C, D, E, F, and G. Just like on the warm-up on the lesson before this. And when you play this position, this is called C position. Now, we're mainly going to look at just the right hand at this point of Ode to Joy. And you'll notice on your staff that it is all steps. That means the first note E is on a line, and it has 2 E's, like that, and then it steps up to the very next white note, or actually on the staff it'd be the space, F. So if you notice on your staff, it goes from E to E's, and it steps right, which are lines, and it steps right onto the space. So those are called steps. Now on the keyboard, those are actually, in this particular song, from a white note to a white note. And you notice that they are the steps, or seconds, are always the next finger as far as the keyboard is concerned. Now on the staff, it's space to line or line to space, and they're called steps. But on the keyboard, they're the very next note or the very next scale degree, and on the hand, it's the next finger. It's always the next finger. So if I started on C and started playing seconds or steps up, it would always be the next finger, just like that.